dealt with numerous forms of harassment. Harassment that included insults, threats against my safety, and even claiming that I was a white man trying to weaponize sympathy against a black man.
Get to dissect dates like you're solving a puzzle while I was fighting to stay alive. You weren't there.
Why would they do that? They're crazy. Those fans are like, bro, okay, y'all gotta chill.
You have no idea.
Look at this man's life. Wait, bro, what? Oh my god, what is wrong with these fans? The Hidden Life of CoryxKenshin. Well, the thing is, he's pretty private, right? But let's see what he means by that.
I've seen some alarming evidence these past few weeks, and I'm speaking in support of the victims who have recently come forward about some concerning behavior regarding a previous friend of mine, who a lot of you may know as CoryxKenshin. Cory and I met in 2014, and soon after became best friends for years until I cut ties with him in 2023. In March of 2023, I released a video on my channel explaining a few of the reasons why he and I were no longer associating or going to be doing collaborations anymore, as I thought I was done creating videos for a few years, but wanted to return to the Mav Attack channel.
Do I remember that? Oh my god! Because it's fake allegations. Wait, this guy familiar? Why CoryxKenshin and I are no longer friends? I mean, I mean, apparently I didn't watch it, so I mean.
Hello, everybody. My name is Angelo.
I didn't even see about this.
Mav Attack.
This got a little bit of I mean, didn't get as much negative feedback. All right, he's exposing Cory. Let's see if he
Such
gets
as how
anywhere.
I never cared about what he.
I mean, from what I'm looking at, it don't look too good.
Gained from his success, and I just wanted to enjoy time with the person I connected with before his channel truly blew up. I also expressed frustrations at the time and vented to a friend of mine who Cory had a previous fling with about how Cory wasn't interested in speaking publicly about people harassing his close friends and family during his long content breaks. While there were positive comments, I dealt with numerous forms of harassment. Harassment that included insults, threats against my safety, and even claiming that I was a white man trying to weaponize sympathy against a black man, which if you knew me, you would know that I'm an ethnically ambiguous person of color. In my experience, this was an attempt to try and invalidate my identity.
Ethnically ambiguous person of color. So we just mixed a lot of things, right?
A couple common misunderstandings taken from this video were that I never communicated with Cory about his breaks and the harassment I was facing, and instead posted it on the internet, when in reality, I spoke about it with him multiple times throughout the years, even expressing it in YouTube videos, which are all up on my channel. The public wanted to run with the narrative that Cory was the one who cut off the connection with me, when in fact, I was the one that cut ties with him because I had had enough. I was the one who decided that the friendship no longer served my best interests, and I distanced myself with him for good, instead of allowing myself to remain at arm's reach. I had also mentioned in the video, which was set to private only a few days after it was posted, I wasn't the only person who not only fell victim to the ravenous fanbase that CoryxKenshin had accumulated, but also, from my view, the neglectful and unempathetic person that Cory is behind the scenes. Cory's brother, Certified AK, posted a YouTube video back in 2020 titled The Truth, where he expressed his sadness and disappointment and lack of motivation to enjoy creating YouTube videos due to an invasion of comments asking for Cory's whereabouts.
I texted my brother probably like 2 weeks ago. Then I'm just put in the video of what he said, guys. And honestly, I already knew he was about to say that. I already knew.
That was not my fault, bro.
And told him just to see if he was aware. I already knew he was going to say. That's my brother. I've known him all my life, 16 years. I've known exactly what he was going to say.
The reason I brought up this video in particular is that in the first few minutes, Certified AK discusses Cory's hiatus and proceeds to mention how he texts Cory asking for help, and Cory told him that it's not his responsibility to address Certified AK's community, which I personally believe mostly came from Cory, and that it happened to Mav, and it's especially going to happen to you. I was frustrated that others were being just as affected as me, and in hindsight, it would have been easier to stop collaborating and cut ties with Cory earlier on.
Wait, hold on. So, for right now, it seems like the community is a problem, not even really Cory. I mean, Cory's a little dismissive on how he handles the community, but it's just still the community. Like, let's see how far he goes with it, though.
When you believe things with your best friend are good, and you're working side by side together, it's hard to see the bigger picture and easier to tolerate the harassment. Once the internet was done reacting to my video in 2023, I thought that was the end of it. Regarding the recent assertion that came out from an ex-girlfriend of Cory's, I would like to first start off by saying I'm extremely saddened and hurt to hear that there are not only friends and family, but romantic relationships which were also impacted by Cory's selfish behavior. Recently, Panda Ninja, who was an ex-girlfriend of Cory's, spoke out about her time being with him on and off through the years from 2016 onward, providing videos, screenshots of text message conversations, and her perspective of their time together.
Panda was the one that just came out, like, in July? Or is this a different person?
Once Panda's story blew up online, she faced multiple forms of harassment, such as doxing, and even received death threats for simply expressing her truth. Her story wasn't what many people claim to be a nothing burger, making videos disingenuously presenting Panda's story, showcasing a lack of care for a very serious circumstance.
Yeah, I do remember that. Damn. Yeah, it kind of tore her up.
She set forth the openness and strength for others with similar stories to step out of the shadows. Shortly after Panda's story circulated, another woman reached out to Panda with more proof of Cory's terrible behavior with women, disregarding personal boundaries, and even going so far as to have close friends keep tabs on what these women were saying and doing on their social media accounts.
Like, when the recent one in July, it's just like he looked pretty dismissive and like, oh, I'm doing YouTube, I can't really have time for you, but like I still want to be with you, and like when I am there, I'll like love bomb you, and then I'll come back and I'll pull back super hard, but I'll be like, oh, but I'm still here, little interest here and there, and then fully love bomb, then pull back, and it's like whole thing. So I think the verdict was well, everyone moved on, obviously. A lot of stuff fabricated, so I think he got away with most of it. I think he got away with being a terrible partner because there was a lot of allegations thrown on top of that that didn't really line up or was fake. So we kind of got away with being a bad partner, and at this point, we kind of know he is not the best. Get dismissive, don't care about their feelings. I guess he's a cheater. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I mean, allegedly. Okay, allegedly.
The private behavior I and others have personally witnessed over the years. In my experience and personal interactions, there's a deep disconnect between the public persona you've cultivated and the conduct.
Wait, what was the reason for him to come out with this? I guess he just found like he needed to. Maybe, I don't know.
Visible by the one so dedicated.
Hold on. Wait, I still have the VOD. The TikToker user outlines several concerning behaviors and includes claims of love bombing, ghosting, gaslighting, and certain remarks made during their last time together. And he got all the other 4 things right, bro. It's crazy. I'm playing. One of the video features William deliberately making uncomfortable What did I remarks say? while watching He has all the 4
Um,
things.
She later explained on her claims in a longer written message, alleging that CoryxKenshin showed signs of narcissistic behavior and manipulated her emotionally. One of her quotes read, "You ghosted me to teach me a lesson." Damn, are we all like that, right? In follow-up post, he reportedly emphasized that she was not accusing CoryxKenshin of sexual. One of her quotes read, "You ghosted me to teach me a lesson." Damn, are we all like that, right? In follow-up post, he reportedly emphasized that
We as in people, all right? Us Gen Zs love to just like use distance as like a teaching method, but I'm not gonna lie, you do it to me, I'm gonna feel like, oh, it's peaceful. Well, I don't know why it's so peaceful right now. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, I forgot you're ghosting me to teach me a lesson. It's not gonna work on me, bro.
she was not accusing
Ghosting me does not work.
Well, like her, she's good. Like we've seen it. We've seen the videos. So nothing to hide. But again, what is the Epstein list? We don't know what it is. Like, is it actual? Like, oh, these are the people who.
Oh, it was when the
I don't know.
Epstein list was talk of the town. But it's not real, y'all. So remember, just move on. Remember, there's other things happening. There's bigger things than the Epstein list. We should not worry about that. Remember that.
But that is, I don't know if that's even true, but definitely there's something on that list that they're hiding. And I think, I think it's just, it's all a mess, which is, again, it's dumb for one side and want people to hype it up. But then when it comes to being released, they just, sweep it. It was on the list, bro. Now I'm on the VM list, bro. That's what I'm on. Anyway,
What the
yeah.
Oh my god. Watching my VODs, bro. I don't know. I just be yapping, bro. Oh my
The
god.
Epstein list is definitely out there somewhere.
To someone, at least, right? Personally, again, as someone who's never really a fan of him, I thought he was a funny guy. I've seen some of his videos; they're pretty funny. I don't think he's a bad guy, and I'm glad that some of the things got cleared up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Bye.
True.
Hey, but he might be a bad guy.
Cory's fanbase has at times engaged in patterns of misogynistic harassment, particularly towards women and those who speak critically or share personal experiences. While creators can't control every follower, the absence of public acknowledgement from Cory has contributed to a climate where this behavior is often left unchecked. In my experience, this is a massive parasocial problem, and Cory's fanbase is a huge example of the lengths people will go to defend someone they know absolutely nothing about. I also do not fault Panda for reacting the way she did after her experience was shared. People who are on the outside looking in will never truly understand the attention and scrutiny you'll face when dealing with a massive slice of the internet, especially when speaking your truth about a large figure in that space, and how easy it is to spiral, causing one to potentially change information on their account, hide content, or even deactivate altogether. You can't know how to handle or manage when you're going through that constant pressure, especially if you've never experienced anything like that, which most of you have not. I want to make it very clear that this statement is not an attempt to slander, defame, or cause
This
harm.
is interesting. I'm not gonna read the comments, but just off dislikes, I don't know if they're disliking it because they think he's hating, or they're disliking it because they want to dislike what Cory's doing. I don't understand, or they don't like Panda. I mean, I don't. He's just talking about his experiences. And he's telling what he knows from Cory being a personal friend, content friend, and of course him, not being Cory's friend 2 years ago, making the video. I mean, from what I'm seeing, he didn't get a lot of dislikes and not that many hate, or that much hate. But I guess maybe like in the background he did, like he said, he got dogs, there's like his wife, whatever. So I mean, he did experience some bad things. I'm not gonna like say he's wrong. Like, I mean, that's just what he's saying. Like, I have no idea, bro. I don't know any of these people. I don't even watch CoryxKenshin. I never watched one YouTube video of him ever.
Transparency, incitement of dialogue, and accountability. I felt manipulated by Cory's actions and emotionally harmed by how he treated me and others, and I believe that a public apology and acknowledgement is not only justified, but very necessary for healing. Thank you so much for hearing my voice. And now, standing side by side with me, here is Panda Ninja, who has a few things to say. Panda, I want to thank you so much for your courage and you speaking out and presenting everything in your story. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mav. I'm Panda, also known as Panda Ninja, the one you mocked,
It got
misquoted,
hot.
and tried to bury under your projections. Guess what? I'm still here. Surprised to see us in the same video? Yeah, we figured. Instead of letting strangers rewrite the story, we're saying
Oh my god, this is just I was just attacking him. Oh my god.
bury under your projections. Guess what? I'm still here. Surprised to see us in the same video? Yeah, we figured.
Damn.
Instead of letting strangers rewrite the story, we're saying it ourselves. Direct and unfiltered. Awkward, isn't it? You weren't ready for this. This isn't about canceling him. It's
Nice script.
about accountability. Canceling erases people. Accountability forces them to face what they've done. If that feels like canceling, that's because nobody's ever held him accountable before. Here's the truth. He didn't need to put his hands on me to leave stars. He punished with silence. He messed with my head. Gaslit. Love bomb. Disappeared. Then spun the story to make me look unstable. That was control. The way he treated me left me feeling mentally and emotionally abused. It wasn't just me. Others around him felt it. Also, y'all ran with some SA shit I never even said. Not once. Not hinted at all.
Yeah, I think it was just the fans. So I'm like, that's why it got clouded. Cause like it was like, oh, you didn't say me. It was like, yeah, he didn't. Thankfully. But it was other things. But they kind of just were like, oh, what's that? Even me, I was like, ah, yeah, like he's probably a bad partner, but like, okay, we can. I don't know. He would just never acknowledge us. I didn't really care enough because I'm not his community. I don't watch any of his videos. I think it's all right, but like it was just like, okay, he won't talk about it. He's aura farming off of YouTube and not being mysterious, so he's not gonna ever say anything, acknowledge it. But I think it's kind of weird how he acts like that towards his partners. So I mean,
But because reading is
but
hard.
it was more like, oh, can you cancel someone over that? No, actually, no, you probably can't. I mean, you can, but how she said it's not really canceling. It's more like taking accountability. Like, okay, yeah, I did these things. I apologize. I'm gonna move forward. Maybe that, maybe. But he doesn't want to because he has an image to uphold, right?
That never shuts the fuck up. Also, y'all ran with some essay shit I never even said. Not once, not hinted at all. But because reading is hard and critical thinking is extinct, you turn your own fake headline into a whole narrative. I said he didn't do that. I repeated it. The fact I had to say it over
Well, yeah,
and
but that was like literally when it was dead.
over proves you weren't listening. You were twisting on purpose. Just because it wasn't essay doesn't mean it wasn't abuse. Doesn't mean it didn't damage me. If that still doesn't click, you're not confused. You're willfully ignorant. And I'm not here to babysit anybody through common sense. Nobody told y'all to run like dumbasses, making up storylines and believing lies. I don't owe anyone any updates. Especially not people who only show up for the drama. You don't want truth, you want content. And because I don't post on your schedule, suddenly I'm hiding or lying. Bitch, please. When I went on live to explain pushing through stress just to be heard, y'all ignored the words and clowned how I spoke. Like, that's what mattered. Let me spell it out for you since most
Damn,
people
is that what happened? Again, when this all unfolded, I was in Colorado. I didn't even have Wi-Fi. I couldn't even scroll Instagram, bro. It was troubling, okay? And then I come home, it's all solved. I'm like, oh, what's this about? Just saying, this is fake, this isn't fake, not essay, and then they would clown her on live, I guess. Like, damn, like I literally missed, as you can see in the stream, I was trying to go back and find this, but everything wasn't even archived. I had to watch a Cam Nuggets video. Shout out Cam.
really don't know me. Stress triggers medical conditions I live with. When my anxiety spikes, I stutter, always have, and I also deal with chemo brain, lasting side effect of cancer treatment that messes with memory and speech. That's why I chose to write. Even then, it wasn't enough.
Damn.
Guys complained, mocked
They
me,
didn't know
and took
that.
apart like my pain was entertainment, like I was nothing more than a sideshow for you to tear down. Some of you even said I was writing in poems. Let's be real. I write better than half of you stupid ass people anyway. Y'all just uneducated.
Writing
don't
in
know how to read
poems.
shit or read. So imagine clawing up the strength to finally speak while you're shaking, stressed, drowning, and the internet tears apart how you talk, how you type, how you
Yeah, I
look,
don't
how you
know.
breathe.
It
Oh,
did
she
cook
stuttered,
her.
must be lying. She paused. Oh, she's faking. No, go fuck yourselves and stop with the.
Wait, did I have that? I don't know. I don't know if I said that. If I did, I apologize. But I don't think I was like, because I didn't watch any of the videos, so I don't know.
Happened 7 years ago. Like, time erases scars. Like, time is supposed to clean it up, make it easier to ignore. It doesn't matter how long ago it was. Time doesn't hand you a clean slate. That's not growth. That's hiding until people forget. People change. People grow up.
Yeah.
Cool. Then explain the people he hurt more recently. What's the excuse now? I'm not here
True.
because what you saw on his channel. I'm here because of what he hit. You don't get it. So no, y'all aren't entitled to your opinions about shit you know nothing about. And just so we're clear, he even said y'all need help. And no, that's not me defending him. It's just a fact because this level of parasocial delusion is insane. Parasocials are the disease of this whole community. You sit behind screens drooling over a man who doesn't even know you exist. You're
So yeah, wait. I was right. This is about the fan base. It's still Cory, yes, because Cory did it. But like, this is all because his fan base. I knew it.
parasites feeding off his image and spitting
Damn.
venom at anyone who tells a story you can't handle. You don't defend him because you know him. You defend him because you've built a fake version of him in your head. And the thought of that image breaking terrifies you. You're addicts. You're obsessed. You're sick. You'll scream his
I
name
knew
till your
it.
throat burns, and he still won't say yours once. And Cory, he's not just a passive bystander in this. By enabling it, by staying silent when his influence could have shifted the culture, he helped teach the entire generation that this
But he
behavior.
has to stay mysterious. He can't make a tweet. He can't post a video. That'll ruin his image. Come on now. He has to keep his image up. He has to, like, he literally can, because they will listen to anything he does. But when he doesn't say anything, it creates where it's like they have to make up their own, like I said, own version of Cory, what he wants, who they think he is. And then his fan base becomes Cory. Even what I knew of Cory, I knew of him as like, oh, he's like the cool guy that doesn't post any videos, or it's like he drops a video once a year and they're like the gold mine. I was like, okay, like that's how they described him. And then he was just playing FNAF, which is fine, but he was just like, it was just okay. It's like a game YouTuber, which is not, again, not roasting his content, but like, damn, he didn't do anything crazy, bro. Like, damn, y'all glazing him.
Down. And while we're here, let's steal
Grab
another
the
rumor.
crank,
No,
brother.
I don't have an OnlyFans, and I'm not a sex worker. Never have. Not now. Not then. There are fake.
What? You don't have an off? What? But do you think she had an off? Was that one of the narratives? So he has 22 mil. Last vid 2 months ago. Oh, pretty recent. That'll be like 2 years ago. Damn. This cannot be the ending, FNAF 6. Bro, I'm sorry. Didn't work because FNAF Mimic sucked. I have no idea what this is. They used to play these baby games, something I tell you. Yeah, but guess what? What about the allegations? Oh, he had like a anime coming out.
Again, no, I'm not a sex worker or an OF model, but the way you weirdos obsessed, maybe I should open one just so you can finally put your money where your mouth is. At least.
Okay, wait, don't. I know, but please, just don't. Just don't, please don't. I know it's a joke, but like, I don't think it's worth it, okay?
Then your broke asses would actually be paying me instead of lying about me for free. I promise, in my perspective, Cory will be my first subscriber though. Right next to all my haters and enemies, you'll be lined up paying me
Okay, wait.
to lurk. I've got nothing but respect for actual sex workers. They hustle, they grind, and they deal with the same harassment, shaming, and stigma I see y'all try to throw at me. The difference is they don't deserve it either. Women and men in that line of work put up with enough bullshit already, and they deserve protection, not judgment. What y'all do when you weaponize sex work as an insult is show how ignorant and hypocritical you really are. Y'all love to hashtag empowerment until it's about sex workers. Then suddenly they don't count, but you're the first one subscribing in secret. Hypocrites. He's been silent for a reason.
True.
That silence was his answer with me.
You're not gonna catch me subscribing.
People close to him for years. Friends,
Keyword.
family.
Catch me.
Another thing I need to point out is how Cory's tone toward me changed over the years. 3 different eras, 3 different versions of him, all depending on what suited him at the time. So in 2018, he tried pulling the same tires, guns, flowers, a teddy bear, and that stupid note like it was supposed to undo the mess he already made. That night, he even told me I made a lot of.
Hey, what'd he say? Where'd that Walmart ad give, bruh?
Emotional abuse. Another thing I need to point out is how Cory's tone toward me changed over the years. 3 different eras, 3 different versions of him, all depending on what suited him at the time. So in 2018, he tried pulling the same tires, guns, flowers.
2018. I never cried so hard in my life. I'm sorry. So that was what he gave her. What, eight roses? It looked plastic. Okay. A bow. And a bear. Again, this looks very probably corner store-ish. Like Walgreens-esque. And like, I don't know if this is a good chocolate, but looks pretty off-brand. Would they have a game? Not me, the way I feel about you is real. You're so wonderful, so gentle and kind, not to mention sexy. Ahem. I miss you, and I hope this puts a big old smile on that pretty face, Cory. Flower cart. Where did you get this from? Where did you get this from? Okay. Where?
Do the mess he already made. That night he even told me I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but you weren't one of them. For years, that line and conversation replayed in my head, and I'd ask him if he really meant it. Every time he'd say yes, and every time he'd follow it with another excuse for why he acted the way he did. His words never matched his actions, and all it did was confuse me long enough for him to keep me around. When we were making plans, I suggested Florida so we could go do things together, Universal Studios and Disney. He instantly got mad, and I didn't understand why at first. I had only said I wanted us to have our first in places we hadn't been before together. I wasn't even thinking about Dashi living there. I wasn't into him. I even said that, but looking back, it made it obvious that was the reason he got irritated. Even when he was literally hanging out with Dashi, he'd bring him up in our conversation.
Damn. He was just with Dashi at the Nintendo Switch 2 event. Damn.
There were so many breakups and makeups between us that by the time 2018 came around, I was already ready to move on. And you know what makes it worse? I had a gut feeling for years that he did, but I couldn't confirm it. So I told people he didn't cheat on me until I saw the proof. And that shit pissed me off because now after all these years, I realized he could have given me an STD. He never told me he had multiple partners. He told me straight up that he wasn't seeing anyone else, that he loved me. It was a facade. Bullshit. Honesty is the best policy. And then if they persist, you get the law involved. Honesty is the best policy? Please shut the fuck up, Cory. You can close the gaps in your teeth, but you'll never close the gap between who you pretend to be and who you really are. And the law, that part killed me. I didn't stalk you. Didn't harass you. I didn't bother you. I always said I didn't want to bother you. And you said I was never a bother. You had a chance to say I'd rather not associate myself with you or whatever, but instead you out here talking shit to everyone else about me, including your stupid ass subliminals, because you aren't man enough to tell me to my face like a gossiping ass, hating ass bitch. And let's not forget, you weren't even man enough to be there for your own kid's mother. That's not just embarrassing. That's pathetic. You left her to clean up your mess while you strutted around pretending you're bigger than life. That's your pattern. Always running, always dodging, always hiding. You can't face the truth, so you paint everyone else.
Hold on. Wait. You have a kid?
And let's not forget, you weren't even man enough to be there for your own kid's mother. That's not just embarrassing. That's pathetic.
Damn.
You left her.
Wait. Is that new? I don't even know he had a kid. Wait. What? That's crazy.
What I shared came from my life. It was personal, real, and legally protected. And I saved this for last, since some of you thought it was okay to pick apart my cancer diagnosis. Fuck you. You don't get to question something you've never lived through. You don't get to dissect dates like you're solving a puzzle while I was fighting to stay alive. You weren't there.
Why would
You
they
didn't feel
do
it
that? They're crazy. Those fans are like, bro, okay. Y'all gotta
Yourself,
chill.
you have no idea how much pain I was in. February 7th, 2020, I had triple negative breast cancer, stage 3A, one of the most aggressive types. So let me give you a fucking visual, since clearly some of you need one. A chemo point in my chest, look, scar right here. Over 10 surgeries. Needles at home just to keep my red and white blood cells from bottoming out. Fever spiking to 104 for hours. I couldn't walk on my own, couldn't bathe myself. My family had to carry me to the bathroom, feed me, clean me.
With all that, it looks pretty good. I'm glad she got out of that pretty good. I hope so. But yeah.
You know better. You don't get to weaponize my cancer against me just because you ran out of other shit to say. That's the man you call a king. That's the man you hype up. The same man someone's Make-A-Wish, from my perspective, was wasted on.
If this video felt like a lot, it's because it is. The information presented here doesn't even scratch the surface. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching and hearing what Panda and I have.
That's crazy. Yeah. Let's see if he responds to this. He probably won't. He's just that. Even after this, he won't even respond. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing, but hey, they're coming out trying to be like, hey, like he needs to just take accountability. Like if he does take accountability. I don't think it would hurt him really, because a lot of people just see the videos on YouTube and click and go. He plays games, whatever. But he should acknowledge it at least a little bit. Again, my thing was that sure, he shouldn't be canceled for this. He shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna go off the internet forever. But like, accountability is one thing. That was my thing. It's just like, okay, he didn't. I got out the way. He didn't essay. There was no physical abuse, but it was emotional. I was like, okay, that's a little better than physical, but like, okay, it's still bad. You emotionally abuse somebody. Should it be canceled? No, but it's just like, okay, he just can't hold a good relationship. Pretty good video. Again, I'm thinking the Cory bots, so I know what they call them. They're dislike bombing, but I'm jealous of that because sometimes I go, what? Oh my God, they're doing it in real time. They're actually doing it in real time. I'm not this for attention. I did it, Cory, because you heard me really bad, Panda. But what must you like, bro? Okay, all right, Cory, you gotta do something about this. The fact that you brought Cory's mother to this is really going to make a whole video about another going to his life. Wait, bro, what? Oh my God, what is wrong with these fans? They can't even acknowledge, like, damn, Cory, he's not that good of a person and to be in a relationship with. He needs to like get some help. You can mention standing Chloe's name. Are you serious? You're going, man. What is he? I don't understand. We're all on the internet. I don't know what H to do with anything. Like, I don't know what, like, oh, you're a blah 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 talking about okay, like, I mean, a lot of these drama channels, you know, I expose Kai Cenat, like these channels, they exist to talk about other people. That's just, I don't know. They want to talk about Christianity. I don't think they claim to be. So basically, Cory. Okay, so yeah, they just don't care. That, yeah, for you to say that means he's not regular, because if they were regular, you saw a random Instagram story of a random person who was doing this to people. Like, oh damn, that's kind of bad. Oh, he's probably a bad relationship partner. Like, damn. But if it's Cory, like, oh, he's just regular. Like, okay, you're actually a goofball. He's a Christian, not God himself. Oh, what is I talking about friendship? What Panda said is crazy, man. What Panda said at
That's the man you call a king. That's the man you hype up. The same man someone's Make-A-Wish, from my perspective, was wasted on.
That's damn crazy. It only makes it hard to sympathize with you guys if you're saying that someone's Make-A-Wish was wasted. I understand that you guys have a reason to hate Cory, but you're making yourself look worse than him with some of your words. Your anger against him is understandable, but the attack towards his physical appearance via his teeth, mentioning his religion, and now saying that it could waste the Make-A-Wish on video makes you feel less credible. If anything, it pushes you further away from victimhood and puts you in the same level of behavior they're trying to expose him for. Damn. Like, oh fuck, dude. Yeah, that just shows their fans don't even listen. Wow, because I knew the video is literally about the fans almost. Like, the fact that Cory gets away with this is because his fans enable it, and they're doing it in the video. Wow. I don't care really about Cory, but like, just if this was any regular YouTuber, would they be doing this? Because he's the bad mouth Cory. Wait, fuck. Oh my, people are dumb. The video is not intended to badmouth Cory. Continues to badmouth Cory because he's telling the truth. Sure, she went on some personal things because, like, she's upset because the hate she got from his community and the support that she did not get, and then his negligence towards her off on the relationship, and now I'm seemingly just like taking a step back from everything and just like watching it from afar. That's why she's like upset, obviously. She can be upset. I don't think he didn't badmouth them. Yeah, sure, he said something negative about his character, but if it's probably true, then it's just like he's just speaking what he knows personally and what's true. Like, bro, it's happening in real time. I can't, bro. So I'm like, wait, because they're mad that they're just calling out Cory Kenshin. Can they just not see it? Can they just be like, oh damn, yeah, you messed up? But they're excusing it, and they mentioned it in the video. It's gonna excuse his behavior because he's Cory Kenshin. Dude, I don't know, bruh. Hold on. 'Cause I think that's what I was saying. Like, he's just a bad partner. Should he be off the internet? No. Can he make videos? Sure. Should he own up to it? Yeah, probably. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, Cory, you gotta respond to this, bro. The fans are literally doing it again. How? Well, not how, but like they're actually doing it in real time.